I want to ask you a question today, and I want you to think about it. Don't just let it run through your mind and not consider it. What are you passing on today? What are you passing on to your friends, to your family, to your children, to your coworkers? Are you passing on negativity, criticism, hate, envy, jealousy? Or are you passing on understanding, love, kindness, tolerance, prosperity, abundance? What are you passing on? And it's important to pass something good on, because everything that all of us have is something that's been passed on to us from someone else. And yes, that includes the negativity as well as the positivity. You become part of what you are around. So the people who are around you, especially your family, the people closest to you, who you spend time with every day, are going to pick up what you are more than what you say or what you try to tell them or teach them. And it's not only your words, it's your whole demeanor, your deportment, your attitude, your personality. You can say all the right things, but what are you thinking on the inside? Because this is what will be passed on to them. So consider that today. Is what you're passing on something you would want passed on to you? Or maybe what you're passing on is something that was passed on to you. We learn these things from other people, from other environments, from school, from our friends. But you can change that anytime you want to. You have the power to change your mind, the power to change what you say, the power to change what you pass on. Most parents out there just want their kids to be happy and successful. But successful doesn't necessarily mean monetary gain or monetary affluence. Many people have a lot of money and are miserable. And many people have little money and are happy, and vice versa. So it's not the amount of money you have. The riches, the true wealth, and actually the word wealth comes from an Anglo-Saxon term, which means well-being. It encompasses everything, not just financial gain or financial abundance. Although in our Western society, that's what we think of when we say wealth. My mother told me one time, if you have your health, you have riches. And she's right, because one time I lost my health for a while because of some negativity I held on to for a long time, some negative situations I was involved in. And it was very difficult for me to walk around. Fortunately, it was a temporary situation, which only lasted about a year or two. Had a hard time working. And that's something else. How many of us get up in the morning and say, I have to go to work today? You know, there are people out there who would just love to get up and go to work the next day. Do we have to go to work, or do we get to go to work? I love what I do. I love working. I love working hard. And if you don't love what you do, find something that you do love to do. You will never be truly successful until you love what you do, or learn how to love what you do. My father used to tell me he wanted me to eat the peas at the supper table. I said, Dad, I hate peas. He said, learn to like them. And guess what my favorite vegetable is today? Peas. Organic peas. They're kind of hard sometimes. But all these things are passed on. My dad told me that. And that's helped me through my life. I've learned how to love some things that I didn't really like. You can learn to love anything. Well, almost anything, I suppose. But you understand the point I'm saying here, is if you don't like something you do, find something good about it. Look for the good in everything and everybody and every situation. And then those people around you, that is what will be passed on to them. And that is a legacy you want to leave. So again, what are you passing on? What legacy are you leaving to those you love? What do they see in you? What are you expressing when you are around them. And guess what? The bright side of all this is when you pass on positivity, love, understanding, tolerance, a smile, these are the things that come back to you from the world. Whatever you put out there comes back to you multiplied. And whatever you take, whether that is someone's peace or their money, will be taken from you multiplied in the same way. And it's not because the universe or God or whatever you decide to call it, nature, is punishing you. It's so we can learn how things are, how other people feel. But most people never get past the word blame. When it happens to them, they don't stop and think, have I ever done this to someone? Have I ever done something similar like this to someone else? And if you can do that, and you can think and you can understand how that other person felt, then you gain in wisdom and understanding. And you learn not to do that to people anymore. Because it's hard to understand how someone is affected by something unless you've walked in their shoes, as they say. A mile in their shoes. But these are opportunities for growth, opportunities to gain wisdom and understanding. Solomon, who was one of the famous characters in the Bible, one of the richest men in the world at the time, he prayed for wisdom. Because with wisdom, you can acquire as much gold as you desire. There's an old saying or expression or story about, they asked the young man, what would you rather have? Would you rather have wisdom or gold? And he took the gold. But the wisdom is what you want. Because with wisdom, you can attain as much gold as you desire. So seek wisdom with all your heart. Hang around with wise people. Wear away their doorsteps. And now you can just wear away the videos, the YouTube videos. I'm fortunate that I am self-employed and I can listen to books all day long. Our YouTube speakers, which spread a message of positivity and enlightenment. Some books I've listened to over 100 times and read them many times also. Repetition is the mother of invention. And if you want to invent yourself anew, repetition over and over and over again. Everyone has the ability to become great and whatever desire you have to be great. But it takes persistence, perseverance, and tenacity. When you think you're beaten, you got to get back up and start over again. Because you're never beaten until you decide you are beaten. The only limits you have are the limitations you place upon yourself. And I'm sure most of you have heard that before. But it's true and it bears repeating. So that's all I have today. Thank you for joining me, and share this with a friend if you think it will be of value to them. Take care.